So, I got a bit busy with college. And yes, I'm going to college now. How interesting is that? Honestly, it's a interesting stepping stone of my life. And basically, it's a reveal that I was in high school a couple years ago. Just to surprise y'all. But whatever, this is a Thrakas game. We all know Thrakas requires pure, unearthed skill to play. Now I'm just joking. He doesn't require any skill. Just press Q, and you're locked and loaded and ready to go. That's all you need for Thrakas. Now I'm going to a pretty good university. It's a bit glitchy at first, and all the books weren't in stock. But I guess you gotta work with what you have. Plus I was just experienced introductory classes, which weren't really that hard. I got a little bit of homework, but I finished it. One was a bio about myself, and I wrote that. It said to be like half a page or a page long. I got like a 75% of a page going. But yeah, Thrakas counters just about everything in this game. He's not, like, the only hard counter to Thrakas is the DT. But even then, his abilities sort of negate the DT a bit. Because the DT requires healing to, like, whenever he loses HP. And Thrakas has the Plague ability, which pretty much brings all the HP of any unit that encounters it to 1. It's like a 5-minute ability that slowly makes a unit super easy to kill. But yeah, college isn't too bad. I have a safety course to complete after this. I might be recording some more Hollow Knight as well, because there's a lot of new stuff for that game that I haven't uncovered for this channel yet. So yeah. Thrakas also has a slight advantage over Kerrigan and Thrakas because he moves slightly faster than them in the beginning of the game. Like, he has 3.25 movement speed. So, and the others just have 3. Well, Thrakas has a little bit more mobility because whenever he cloaks, he gains movement speed. But that's not really his default movement speed, and he becomes lightning fast whenever you get the movement speed bonus. Also, if you like look at the beginning of the game, you'll notice I have 9001 elo. How did I do that? Well, you see, I sort of bank hacked the map. Because you see, the map generates the elo from a long and complicated formula in the bank file. It's not based off the map or anything, it's based off of bank files. So if you can just manipulate the bank file a wee bit, you can get your own 9001 elo bank. The only problem though is it is encrypted by star code. I believe the key is like 1 gen. I forgot. I am 1 gen, something like that. But to my knowledge, I don't know how to make a trigger that decrypts stuff on star code. But I just did the next best thing. I made a clone map of Kerrigan Survival, which automatically generates, like, I basically changed the base elo from 15,000 to 9001. Yeah. I'm probably going back to Hollow Knight though, since fire just spoiled the pure vessel. Rip. I just got spoiled hardcore there. But whatever. Thrakas also comes with a missile projectile ability, or his Q, which automatically does a set amount of damage. Once you get a higher leveled version of it, it instantly destroys transports. So Thrakas pretty much hard counter scientist late game. Also, he has a consume ability, which allows him to instantly gain energy. And also, he has Dark Swarm, which makes it so there's like a 90% chance that all units within the Dark Swarm don't take any damage from range attacks. Which is really powerful. I don't think AoE attacks can even pierce the Dark Swarm either. So Thrakas is basically an anti-army Zerg hero. He can just absolutely destroy armies, and he basically counters everything besides Dark Templar. And if you're wondering, why is it like, why are you playing as Thrakas? Who is Thrakas exactly? And to be honest, I didn't know at first, but apparently he's like a hero defiler or something. Like, let me see. Let me just look it up. I'm looking it up, I don't really know, so let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Thrakas is like a defiler hero or something. Let's see. Yeah, this map is kinda based off of Brood War stuff. Let's see, Zerg units. Okay. See, Zerg breeds. Gonna figure this out. Let's see, Thrakas. I think he's more of an individual, so I'm gonna have to just look through Defiler. Like, they should have went with, like, Abathur or something. Ah, there it is, Thrakas. Let's see, it served or led a brood whose name is unknown, attacking Jensen Archimedes Science Facility in an effort to acquire the Argus Stone. The assault failed. Thrakas and many minions were captured by the Terrans, and many were used in scientific experiments. Another Zerg force entered the same installation, intent on rescuing the stone. Cerebrit Segal instructed them to rescue Thrakas, as it had powers which would help acquiring the stone. Thrakas was rescued and used its plague powers to reveal the sickened ghosts who were the stone's final defenders. The ghosts were slain, and the stone was acquired for the swarm. So that's a Zerg hero. That's seriously what the biography says about him. The biography says about him. It's just him trying to get a stone. So if you know nothing about Thrakas, there you go. That's what's so special about him. So something I don't get why Stukov is a Zerg hero. He's just sort of like, just gonna betray Kerrigan for whatever reason. His units sort of clash whenever you see them against other Zerg units. You would expect there's like some division. Like maybe he would have mechanical Zerg units or something. But nope, he has normal Zerg units, which means whenever he's in an army against the Zerg, it just doesn't look right to me. I mean, a lot of people don't care since they're playing for the gameplay and whatnot, but it's like if you had like purple ketchup mixed in with jelly on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it would just not taste right. I mean, sure, the purple ketchup is different from the jelly, but it's the same color, so it can sometimes be hard to distinguish between the two if they're mixed together. So yeah, I think Dukov should be changed into a Zerg hero. I've been talking to Kurt Hammert, however you pronounce his name. He's planning on adding those as Zergs last time I checked. So yeah, they decided to use Thrakas for whatever reason. I don't know why. I guess Defilers are too mainstream. They should. Here's a suggestion though. Let's search a random Zerg hero. You know, a cooler name would be Zerich. This Defiler. The Zerich was an exceptionally powerful and possibly insane Zerg Defiler. The Zernich appeared to lack the abilities of Defilers, so aside from his ability to speak, could pop up in the middle of nowhere and disappear just as quickly. If he was killed, he would reincarnate. Sometimes he would claim he was internal. This guy is infinitely more interesting. Leading his own brood, the Zerich Fallers, he attacked planet... Oh, I see. I kinda derped there. The planet Christmas, at least twice. This final attempt, set some point after the Brood War, after enlisting the aid of some Protoss bandit minions, succeeded in capturing Santa Claus. The individual's elitist ways having been the bane of our existence. It was a hollow victory, however, given the lack of cookies available. In the end, the victory itself was only temporary. The Zergrich being defeated by... Is this seriously something in the lore? You gotta be joking, it is. Operation Claws. You gotta be joking. Let's see. I didn't know this was part of the lore. Well, not really, it's more of a joke. There's a High Guardian. Like, in the Brood War StarCraft 1 units. Let's see. Could have used a Mastermind Overlord. Holy moly. Mastermind Overlords are particularly sophisticated Zerg Overlords, exerting more control than their counterparts 30 compared to the standard 8 in game. They are found in the surface of the Gilsun's oppressors. Of course. I'm looking for like a cool unit that here I got an idea. So let me see. Our allies are being attacked. Your forces are under attack. They should use the wise old Torxilisk as a Zerg hero for Kerrigan's survival. Wise old Torxilisk is a Zerg Torxilisk that somehow possesses free will, a name, and the ability to lead a Zerg group, namely the Swarm of the Torxilisk. Probably pronouncing that wrong. By the end of the Brood War, the wise old Torxilisk had come back to lead a group of Zerg mercenaries known as the Swarm of Torxilisk, offered its services to the Terran Dominion to deal with the new Tridan pirates. Of course. So yeah, that would be something cool for Kerrigan's survival. Just make it so it can charge, roar, and pound on the ground, cause an earthquake. Pretty much the standard Ultralisk abilities in StarCraft 2 games. Because there's nothing else you can really give an Ultralisk besides like tentacles on its back, but that would then become an Uberlisk. So what can you do? As you can see, Thrakas has an easy time of passing through armies. He just sort of blows through them with his storm, that's for sure. But yeah, college isn't too stressful, not yet anyways. But I'm having fun. I got a bicycle prepared for it, and I'm just riding around going from class to class. So let's see. Also, something interesting about Thrakas' plague is that it affects rocks as well. So a unit that wouldn't be good against rocks can become good against rocks if you just plague it, because it takes so much damage from the plague. It's sad.
Your forces are under attack. Our allies are being attacked.
I think Thrakas' only weakness is the Dark Templar, since the Dark Templar just ignores the clouds and also can storm any minions that the Thrakas user spawns.
Our allies are being attacked. Your forces are under attack.
Thrakas relies solely on his minions for damage. Sure, he can do a whole lot of damage with his Plague and Q, but ultimately he's a support hero, because his abilities are anti-army and also aid his own army.
Our allies' forces are under attack.
So yeah.
Your forces are under attack.
Thrakas is really powerful against scientists, though, since scientists relies basically solely on his own army for DPS, when Thrakas just bulldozes through the entire force. What can scientists do? So I think he's a bit weaker against Spirit. The Haka can actually work well against Spirit, like you just cloak, you run into the Spirit base, and you hope a bunch of Bailings will kill the Spirit. So something what you should always do when you're playing Zerg is just spam income. If you have a lot of income in this game, then you'll generally win. Unless you're fighting against a teamed up fortress with like a Spirit, a Dark Templar, and some other classes. Teamwork is overpowered, so if you use it, you can end games pretty easily. On paper, survivors, if perfectly coordinated, can always win against the perfect Zerg team. But that's just on paper. Obviously, some teams are gonna have noobs, and others are just gonna have trolls that don't listen. But on paper, if everyone is well coordinated, like perfectly coordinated on the survivor team, then Zerg can't do anything to win. Because Zerg can only handle a certain amount of attack waves from a stinger attack. Like if you attack from multiple fronts with your survivor brethren, you're just gonna overwhelm the Zerg eventually, since Zag can only be in one place at once while defending maybe 2 other places. And if you attack on all fronts with everybody, then you're just gonna overwhelm Zag and force the Hunter back, allowing you to get more income. But the survivors get more gas, which can upgrade their income, so it's just this endless cycle of losing for the Zerg.
Your forces are under attack.
So we just see as our poor friend here.
forces are under attack.
I think nobody can make a base anymore in this game. Like, somebody attacks later, but they get completely mauled. Like, it's kind of sad, actually.
Your forces are under attack.
So yeah, if you watch this video, now you know about who Thrakas is in the lore. He's not an interesting Zerg hero like Abathur or the Overmind, but
Your forces are under attack.
what can you do?
Our allies are being attacked. Your
So yeah, one
forces
scientist does manage to hide his income from me for a long time. And once he starts attacking, he just goes down immediately. I mean, seriously, he just goes down. Yeah, but I'm gonna be in college. Videos are gonna be less active and coming to this channel. I'm gonna try to record some today,
your forces
but I can't make any promises when they'll be active or when videos will be
your forces are under
spammed or not.
being attacked.
I don't think Thrakas is a really bad Zerg, but he's kind of broken. Whoever added him didn't really understand how the game works. To be honest with you, Thrakas is a bit
Our allies' base is under attack. Our allies
not really unbalanced,
upgrade
but imbalanced. It's just weird.
additional. Your forces are
Kind
under
of
attack.
wish Abathur, like I sent Llama a suggestion for an Abathur hero, but Kerrigan, or I mean Kurt Hammett, is probably gonna add Abathur to his map. I helped Kurt make his map lag less in the loading screen, so now that should be a lot shorter. He added a lot of stuff to his map though, which is crazy. But, like, this is a bit more balanced, I guess, but his map is very, very chaotic.
Our allies are being
But it is fun.
Our allies are being attacked.
So, let's see. Got mass scans going down. Got like 30 of those scans down, ready to see me kill his army, or chop it down to size. Scientists can instantly respawn an army from out of like nowhere.
Not enough minerals. Our allies are being attacked.
As long as Scientist has good income, he can just keep on spamming an army. His army isn't really that powerful later in the game, because a mass army of Smoths always destroys
Our allies
the Scientist army.
are under attack.
Scientists can spam, like, Marauders, but then you can just spam Lings and then you're good. Marauders really suck against Lings. So that's pretty much the problem with Scientists. You either spam Ghosts and watch your army die to Smoths, or you spam Marauders and your entire army dies from Lings. Like, I guess a good combination would be Marauder and Firebat, since Firebats do a very great job at destroying Lings. They should have like an upgrade where they do double damage or something.
Your forces are under attack. Our allies are being attacked.
So yeah, I'm just making a great wall of spines, so he can't really advance too far in my base. It would be really unfortunate if he ran into my income and killed it all, which his army is fully capable of doing if I don't stop it.
Forces are under attack.
So, also Thrakas has a burrow ability.
Our allies are being attacked.
I don't really see the point in it,
Are being attacked.
because it doesn't increase his energy regen, nor does it give him a life regen, nor does it in addition also give him like a burrow move escape option. He has nothing, he just burrows.
Allies are being attacked.
And like 90% of the heroes on the survivor team are detectors,
Our allies
which means that the burrow ability is ultimately useless. I don't see what the point of it is, but I guess it's there because somebody didn't understand how making classes worked.
Your forces our allies are being attacked. Your forces are under attack.
Like, it would be kind of cool if his burrow ability allowed him to heal or something. But I guess that would make him super broken because he could just heal back infinitely. Kurt Hammett's map makes it so you actually regen HP as Zerg, which I find interesting, but he doesn't have any of the anti-lag protocols. Protocols. Basically, so yeah, I think he has to add that soon,
Are under attack.
or else the map is just gonna be deserted still. The community for Kerrigan survival is pretty loyal, I suppose. But the main reason why Kurt Hammett's map isn't really played is because of the fact that the loading screen was so long, but since I gave him a mod file, now that isn't exactly an issue anymore, since it loads a bit faster. I think the problem with the game is that they don't, like Kerrigan Survival, is that they don't really try anything new with the game. They're just like, we're just gonna settle with nothing much. Like, they add a couple new classes and they feel balanced and okay. But besides that, nothing really special or unique is added, which makes this game kind of boring. Unless you play it like one of those super egotistical people who care about a score on the leaderboard. But that's kind of cancerous because this is supposed to be like a teamwork game. You're not going to get far while being a lone wolf. Obviously, besides Spirit, like Spirit can actually do stuff like that, where if you get lucky, you can just end the game as a lone wolf and then you're good. But if you're alone in this game, you'll probably lose. If you're not Spirit, that is, and you're not maxed out. Dark Templar, I guess, can be a lone wolf, but it's more of a discount profit. I don't have a lot of time to mention why, but I'll just talk about it in my next video. But I will be talking about that. So this game was pretty easy to win. All things considered, everybody just died. But I hope you enjoyed.